I never imagined a simple doctor's visit could shatter the life I'd built over decades, but what happened next would expose a betrayal so deep, it would make you question every hug and holiday dinner you've ever had. And trust me, the twist at the end? It's the kind that leaves you staring at the ceiling, wondering if your own front door hides monsters. Keep reading, because this grandmother's quiet escape turns into a reckoning that no one saw coming. My name is Emily Thompson, and at 68, I believed I'd earned a peaceful chapter in my storybook life. For over 4 decades, I'd poured every ounce of my soul into raising a boy who became the son I never birthed, but loved as if he had tumbled straight from heaven into my arms. We adopted little Michael when he was barely 3, a wide-eyed toddler with tousled brown hair and a smile that could melt the iciest heart. My late husband, Robert, and I had scooped him up from a world that had already been too cruel, vowing to shield him from any more shadows. We gave him stability in our cozy 2-story home in the heart of Seattle, where the rain pattered like a lullaby against the windows. I juggled a part-time job at the local library, shelving books by day and baking his favorite chocolate chip cookies by night, while Robert climbed the ranks at his engineering firm. Sacrifices? Oh, they were my love language, skipping vacations to fund his braces, staying up late to help with algebra homework, even putting my dreams of traveling Europe on hold so he could chase his passion for soccer scholarships. When Robert passed away unexpectedly from a heart attack 8 years ago, the world dimmed a little, but Michael, now a strapping 42-year-old man with his father's steady gaze, stepped up as my anchor. Or so I thought. He married Lisa, a vibrant 40-year-old with cascading auburn waves and a laugh that filled rooms, and together they blessed me with my granddaughter, Sophia, now 18 and blooming into a young woman with dreams as big as the Puget Sound. We were the quintessential American family, Sunday barbecues in the backyard, holiday lights twinkling on the evergreen, and stories swapped over steaming mugs of coffee. Michael worked in sales for a tech startup, Lisa managed a boutique flower shop downtown, and Sophia was counting down the days to her college applications. Life hummed along like a well-oiled machine, predictable and warm. But beneath that hum, cracks were forming, subtle at first, like hairline fractures in fine china you only notice when the light hits just right. It all unraveled on a drizzly Thursday morning, the kind where the fog clings to the streets like a reluctant lover. I'd scheduled my annual checkup with Dr. Harlan Brooks, a silver-haired gentleman in his late 60s who'd been my physician since Michael was knee-high to a grasshopper. His office smelled of antiseptic and old paperbacks, a comforting blend that always eased my nerves. As usual, he poked and prodded with practiced efficiency, blood pressure cuff squeezing my arm, stethoscope cold against my chest, muttering about cholesterol levels and the virtues of kale smoothies. But today, something was off-kilter. His fingers fumbled with the blood pressure gauge, a slight tremor betraying the steadiness I'd always admired. His eyes, usually twinkling with dry wit, darted away whenever our gazes locked. "All vitals are spot on, Mrs. Thompson," he said, his tone clipped, like a radio signal cutting in and out. "Strong as an ox. Plenty of adventures left in you yet." I chuckled, adjusting my cardigan as I reached for my worn leather purse on the exam table. Adventures? At my age, Harlan, the biggest thrill is finding my reading glasses. He forced a smile that didn't crinkle the corners of his eyes, and as I turned to leave, I felt a whisper of movement behind me. Quick as a shadow, he slipped something into the depths of my purse, a small, folded square of paper, tucked so deftly I might have missed it if not for the faint rustle. "Drive safe out there, Emily," he murmured, his voice dropping to a near whisper. "And remember, sometimes the closest shadows cast the longest doubts." His words hung in the air like smoke, curling into my thoughts and refusing to dissipate. What on earth did that mean? Shadows? Doubts? Harlan had always been the straightforward type, prescribing pills and platitudes without the cryptic flair of a fortune teller. I stepped out into the gray drizzle, my sensible flats splashing through shallow puddles as I hailed a cab back to the house. The city blurred past, coffee shops steaming with lattes, joggers in neon gear defying the weather, and my mind raced ahead. Harlan's demeanor nagged at me, an itch I couldn't scratch. We'd shared laughs over Michael's childhood scrapes, swapped recipes for his famous apple pie. Why the sudden cloak and dagger? I resisted the urge to fish out the note right there in the cab, the driver's curious glances in the rearview enough to make me wait. Better to unravel mysteries in the sanctuary of home, where the familiar creak of the front door could ground me. Pulling up to our Victorian charmer on Elm Street, with its wraparound porch and climbing ivy that Robert had planted on our first anniversary, I paid the driver and trudged up the steps. The house had been our nest for 35 years, walls echoing with memories, Michael's first steps in the hallway, Sophia's giggles during hide-and-seek. But as I pushed open the door, the air felt thicker, charged like the moments before a thunderstorm. Voices drifted from the living room, low, urgent murmurs that snapped into silence the instant my keys jingled. There they were, Michael lounging on the floral sofa, Lisa perched on the armrest with a stack of glossy magazines she hastily flipped shut, and Sophia scrolling her phone with feigned nonchalance. The room smelled of fresh coffee and something sharper, like tension distilled into vapor. "Hey, Mom," Michael said, unfolding his lanky frame to plant a kiss on my cheek. His smile was there, but it was the kind that photographers coax, polite, not heartfelt. "How'd the doc torture go?" I forced a laugh, hanging my coat on the antique rack Robert had restored. "Torture? Harlan says I'm fit as a fiddle. Blood works golden, hearts ticking like clockwork." Lisa's eyes flicked to Michael's, a fleeting exchange that sent a prickle down my spine. Disappointment? No, that couldn't be. But there it was, a shadow crossing her face before she masked it with a nod. "That's wonderful, Emily. Really. You've got years of bridge games ahead." Sophia glanced up from her screen, her blue eyes, mirror images of Lisa's, cooler than usual. "Yeah, Grandma. More time for us to spoil you rotten." Her words were light, but they landed heavy, like stones skipped across still water. Dinner that evening unfolded in a haze of awkwardness. The kitchen table, scarred from years of family feasts, groaned under Lisa's lasagna, a recipe I'd taught her on her first Thanksgiving with us. Forks clinked against plates, but conversation stuttered like a faulty engine. Michael shoveled food with mechanical precision, answering my questions about work with vague grunts. "Big quarter, Mom." Closing deals left and right. Lisa picked at her salad, her responses clipped, shops blooming, pun intended. Sophia texted under the table, her thumbs flying, only surfacing to mutter about school drama. The air hummed with unspoken words, a palpable fog that made my skin crawl. "Everything all right?" I ventured finally, setting down my fork. Michael's head snapped up. "Of course, Mom. Why wouldn't it be? Just a long week." His eyes held mine a beat too long, then skittered away. Lisa chimed in, too brightly, "We're golden, Emily. Pass the garlic bread?" I excused myself early, claiming fatigue from the rain, but sleep was a distant dream. In the quiet of my bedroom, with its quilted bedspread and framed photos of happier yesterdays, I retrieved the note from my purse. My fingers trembled as I unfolded the crisp paper, the doctor's precise script leaping out like an accusation. "Emily, your family visited yesterday. Lisa inquired about your cognitive health, pressed for a certification of diminished capacity. They discussed institutional care and your estate. Urgent. Do not return home. Seek safety immediately. Protect yourself. H.B." The words blurred through a rush of tears, hot and disbelieving. "My family? Pressing for, what? Institutional care? My estate?" The room spun, memories flashing like lightning, Michael's graduation hug, Lisa's wedding vows promising forever, Sophia's crayon drawings labeling me best Nana ever. How could this be? I clutched the note to my chest, heart hammering against ribs that suddenly felt too fragile. That night stretched into an eternity of whispers and shadows. Every creak of the settling house jolted me upright, ears straining for intruders in my own home. At 1:30, faint voices filtered from the kitchen, hushed but heated, carrying on the draft from the hallway. Barefoot and silent, I eased my door open, padding like a ghost toward the glow spilling from under the doorframe. There they sat around the oak table, bathed in the harsh light of the pendant lamp. Michael nursing a beer, Lisa twisting a wine glass stem, Sophia hunched over a laptop. Papers littered the surface, legal-looking forms, bank statements I'd never seen. Damn Quack wouldn't budge, Lisa hissed, her voice a venomous whisper. I laid it on thick, said you're forgetting names, leaving the stove on, wandering the neighborhood like a lost puppy. But Brooks insists you're sharp as a tack. Labs don't lie, he says. Michael sighed, rubbing his temples. Easy, babe. We'll shop around. There's gotta be a doc who'll sign off for a fee quietly, no fuss. Sophia leaned in, her face illuminated by the screen's blue glow. But what about now? I locked in my dorm deposit for NYU, tuition's due next month. I can't wait for her to, fade out in 5 years. Michael's jaw tightened, but he didn't scold her. Soph, watch it. But yeah, point taken. The house alone could fetch $600K easy, plus her IRA and that pension trickle. We'd be set, new start, no more scraping by. Lisa's laugh was bitter, sharp as shattered glass. Set? Honey, I didn't sign up for diaper duty on a doddering relic. Married you thinking we'd cash in quick after Robert bid it, but 8 years? She's a black hole, sucking our youth dry. Their words slithered into my ears, each one a dagger twisting deeper. Our money? The house Robert and I had mortgaged our souls for? I pressed a hand to my mouth to stifle a gasp, leaning against the cool wallpaper as rage simmered low in my belly. Tomorrow, I hit up the attorney, Michael continued, voice stealing. See if we can swing incompetence without a full psych eval, witness statements, maybe stage a few episodes. Lisa nodded eagerly. And if that flops? We amp the pressure. Cut her cable, skip the groceries, treat her like the nuisance she is till she begs for assisted living. Sophia shifted uncomfortably. Guys, that's harsh. Kinda. Then, softer, but real talk, I'm over the act. She's always hovering, prying into our nights out. Remember my sweet 16? That Godawful polka dot dress she insisted on, my crew roasted me for weeks. Swore I'd settle that score someday. My knees buckled, visions swimming. These were the souls I'd nurtured, 18-hour shifts at the library to fund Michael's braces, canceled girls' trips to babysit Sophia through chickenpox. And her saint routine, Lisa sneered, parading her sacrifices like a martyr. Newsflash, adopted him cause nature shortchanged her. Filled the void with a kid who wasn't even hers. Michael grunted agreement. Enough. Look, next week I broach the nice facility, pitch, peers her age, activities galore. If she balks, plan B, gaslight central. Swap her pills, misplace her keys, gaslight her with tales of her outbursts. Give it a month, any shrinkle rubber-stamped dementia. Horror clawed up my throat, bile rising. Not just theft, erasure. They aim to unravel my mind, strip my dignity, paint me as the villain in my own tale. Brilliant, Lisa purred. Once she's tucked away, we raid the accounts, flip the house, siphon the pension. Outsiders? We'll play the doting kin, nursing our troubled matriarch. Laughter bubbled up, cruel, conspiratorial, slicing through me like shrapnel. They mocked my trust, my unwavering devotion. In that instant, a dam cracked within, not just grief, but a fierce, unyielding resolve. Blind faith in blood ties? Shattered. The sanctity of family? A farce. As their voices faded toward bedrooms, Lisa's parting shot lingered. First light, I duplicate her cards, nibble away, no red flags. Michael, I'll comb her files for the will. Tweak it if needed. In lucid moments, she bequeathed all to her devoted caretakers. Sophia, genius, dad. But stealth mode cops if she sniffs it. They were right. I was isolated, no sisters, parents long gone. Friends drifted like autumn leaves in my devotion to them. Vulnerable. But oh, they overlooked the vault I'd sealed tight. Robert hadn't left me penniless echoes. He'd secreted away 1 million in a Swiss account, plus 2 villas, one in Tuscany, another in Napa, silent sentinels against a rainy day. I'd buried that truth deep, testing Michael's love untainted by gold. Foolish, perhaps. Now, it was my thunderbolt. Dawn crept in at 4:47 a.m., the sky a bruised purple. No sleep claimed me, instead, blueprints etched in my mind. Run? Yes, but not as prey. As a phoenix, plotting flames they'd never quench. I slipped from bed, heart a war drum, and packed a sleek carry-on, passport, deeds tucked in a velvet pouch, essentials shrouded in practicality. Pausing at Michael's door, I thumbed on my phone's recorder, feigning a forgotten scarf to linger. Whispers leaked, Lisa on card cloning, Michael on lawyer consults for incapacity filings. She suspect. Lisa fretted. Nah, Michael scoffed. Too trusting, too frail. No allies, no stash, she's ours to puppet. Pathetic, really. Lisa, a relic chained to us by choice. Could have dated post-Robert, but nah, opted for sainthood. Her funeral. Their contempt fueled me. I pocketed the device, irrefutable ammo, and scrawled a note for the fridge, off to the market, back by lunch. Love, M. Cab to the waterfront branch of my bank, where teller Mia, a bright-eyed millennial with a nose ring, eyed my $7,500 cash withdrawal askance. Big plans, Mrs. T? Just prudent, I winked, though my pulse thrummed. Next, the opulent Shoreside Inn, a beacon of discretion with its marble lobby and sea views. Check-in, indefinite stay, darling. Family dramas afoot. Suite 1408, Ocean Symphony, silk sheets, a sanctuary to scheme. Curled on the chaise, sobs racked me for the son who'd morphed into a stranger, the daughter-in-law I'd embraced as kin, the granddaughter I'd cradled through storms. But tears dried to steel. Notebook out. 1. Wire funds from Zurich. 2. Retain top-tier counsel. 3. Engage PI for dirt digging. Noon brought Michael's call, laced with faux fret. Mom? You've been gone hours where? Out and about, dear. Soul-searching spree. Irritation cracked his veneer. This ain't you. Lisa's pacing, soft worried. Coordinates. Now. 68 years young, Michael, I navigate solo. His panic? Delicious. You sound off. Meds? Seed planted. Never clearer, I purred, disconnecting. Phone off. Silence, my ally. By dusk, I'd secured Victor Langford, shark of a litigator in his crisp 50s, whose eyes lit at my retainer offer. Over chamomile in his oak-paneled office, I spilled adoption tales, Robert's hidden trove, the damning audio. Victor's brow furrowed. Elder exploitation, fraud conspiracy, criminal goldmine. We dismantle them surgically. His grin? Predatory. Spill all, Emily. We're architects of their downfall. I did every ache, every erasure. Assets? 3. 1 mil liquid. Properties netting 2 mil. Respect dawned. You're no mark, ma'am. You're a fortress. Let's fortify. Nightfall brought a barrage, 42 voicemails, texts escalating from concern to coercion. Mom, police if you ghost. I texted Michael alone, safe. Returning on my terms. Reply, Eleanor's prepped your roast. Lie, Lisa loathed ovens. Victor's update next morn. PI struck patered. Lisa's rung up $52,000 on ghost cards in your name. Spas, cruises, a Tahoe getaway they pinned on visiting kin. Tahoe? I'd wired them cash for her ailing aunt. Michael's unemployed since March, siphoning your nest egg. Sophia's knocked up, 3 months. Dad's a wedded exec dodging duty. And Lisa? 2-year fling with neighbor Greg, motel trysts masked as book club. Irony bit, their crazed label while their lives unraveled in hypocrisy. Document relentlessly, I commanded Victor. Let M burrow deeper. That eve, I indulged. 5th Avenue proxies for couture, a sapphire gown evoking midnight seas, crimson silk whispering power, heels that clicked authority. Salon sorcery by stylist Lena, layers framing my face, silver strands gleaming like stardust. Mirror me? A phoenix risen. Dinner at the inn's bistro, Michael's ring piercing the clink of crystal. Mom, enough. This vanishing act, erratic as hell. Erratic? Self-care at 68. Therapy, Mom. You're unraveling. Bait taken, recorded. Spot on. Therapy for fraud, abuse, gaslighting, your specialties. Silence thundered. I know it all, Michael. Cards, docs, the lot. Denials crumbled to tremors. One shot, confess, repay, repent. Nothing to own. Court, then. Days blurred in a tempest of tactics. Their pleas morphed to threats. Guardianship looms if you persist. Victor, let em petition, exposes their hand. We've psyche vowels crowning you lucid. PI dispatches mounted. Michael's bank raid rebuffed. Lisa hawking my heirloom brooches online. Sophia spinning Alzheimer's aid, sob stories for loans. Climax. Clandestine meet with forger Ricky Voss, FBI mole snaring their $60,000 bribe for bogus psych files and a phantom will. Federal web spun. But wait, could this unravel further? The ally I never saw coming might just flip the board. The hotel's hush wrapped me like a cocoon, but sleep evaded, chased by specters of what-ifs. What if I'd glimpsed the rot sooner? What if Robert's ghost whispered warnings in the wind? Dawn painted the horizon in pinks and golds, a mocking beauty against my turmoil. Coffee in hand, black, scalding, I pored over Victor's latest dossier, each page a fresh wound. Michael's gambling spiral, $120,000 in arrears to shadowy lenders, bets on Mariners games and Super Bowls that bled us dry unbeknownst. Lisa's affair? Not mere dalliance, texts to Greg painting Michael as stifling, vows of escape funded by my pilfered purse. Sophia's secret? The father's a silver-tongued consultant, 52, ringed and remorse-free, leaving her adrift in terror. Yet amid the mire, a flicker, an email from an old flame, widowed like me, offering ears for my recent silences. Tempting, but no, solitude sharpened my edge. Mid-morning, Victor buzzed, phase 2 primed. Leak a whisper of your lavish retreat, let paranoia fester. I obliged, posting a cryptic Insta-snap, champagne flute against skyline, caption, rediscovering horizons #new chapter. Within hours, Michael's texts, Mom? That you? Spill. Ignored. Instead, I wandered Pike Place, inhaling salt air and fishmongers' calls, haggling for lavender soaps as if normalcy were a cloak I could don. A street fiddler played, What a Wonderful World, irony's lash. Afternoon brought indulgence, a spa cocoon of steam and eucalyptus, masseuse Mira untying knots I'd carried decades. You've borne worlds on these shoulders, she murmured. Tears pricked, yes, worlds of one-sided devotion. Emergent, renewed, I lunched al fresco, seared scallops, overlooking ferries slicing waves, plodding aloud to the gulls. Call a journalist? Too soon. Rally old book club ghosts? Risky. No precision. Next, infiltrate their digital lair. Victor's tech was cloned my home Wi-Fi remotely. Feeds revealed frantic zooms. Michael to bookies. Extend grace. Inheritance inbound. Lisa to Voss. Rush the will. She's circling. Sophia's diary app? Heart-wrench. Nana's vanishing guilt gnaws, but college calls. Baby's kick? Panic. Evening gala at the inn. Black tie soiree. Chandeliers dripping light. I glided in emerald velvet, turning heads, widows' whispers, widowers' bows. A dance with Silver Fox Harlan himself, visiting kin. He'd confessed via secure line. Emily, your spark undimmed. His notes Genesis? Lisa's bribe attempt, rebuffed on ethics. Run far, they're venomous. Walt spun secrets. Post-midnight, Michael's barrage peaked. Voicemail, voice cracking. Mom, home. We're fractured without you. Please. Fracture? They're doing. Reply text. Fractures heal or scar. Yours fester. Power surged, but oh reader, the scar they hid could scar me deepest. Sunlight filtered through gauzy curtains, mocking my unrest with its cheer. 68 felt ancient, yet invigorated, like shedding snakeskin for armor. Breakfast tray, poached eggs, berries glistening like rubies, devoured while scanning headlines. Nothing on us yet. Victor's 8 a.m. ping. Guardianship filing imminent. Our psychs counter with flying colors. Meanwhile, PI tailed Sophia to a clinic, prenatal consult, tears streaming. My girl ensnared in their web, threads fraying. Pity warred with wrath, she'd echoed their barbs, but youth's folly? Perhaps redeemable. Midday, I ventured to the arboretum, acres of rhododendrons in defiant bloom, paths winding like forgotten promises. Bench sitting, sketch pad out, a whim from a stationer's. I doodled Robert's profile, lines softening memory's edges. Flashback flooded. Our adoption day, Michael's tiny hand in mine, courthouse steps slick with spring rain. He's ours, forever family. Forever? Shattered oath. A jogger paused, elderly gent with a labradoodle. Mind if Fido says hi? Chit-chat flowed, his late wife's garden tips, my grandkid woes. Kids test us, dear. But roots run deep. Roots? Mine axed. Yet his warmth thawed a corner. Exchanged numbers, tentative bridge. Back at shoreside, package awaited. Burner phone from Victor, loaded with dossiers. Lisa's floral shop? Facade, debts mounting, suppliers circling. Michael's deals? Fabricated, LinkedIn ghosts. Voss meet captured, grainy vid of cash handover, Michael's plea. Make it ironclad, she's slipping fast. FBI's net? Tightening. Evening ritual, yoga on the balcony, poses grounding chaos. Downward dog, breath steady. Inhale betrayal, exhale strategy. Call to Harlan intact. Emily, bolt holes ready if needed. Your steel. Gratitude swelled, allies unseen, fortified. Nightcap in the lounge, jazz trio crooning standards, sax weeping like my silenced heart. Solo at the bar, scotch neat, when Sophia's face lit my burner, unknown number, but her cadence. Grandma? It's me. Please, pick up. Heart stuttered, answer? Decline? Curiosity won. Sophia. Sobs erupted. Where are you? Dad's raging, mom's packing, house imploding. Imploding? On lies built. Pause, hiccup. I overheard more. They're blaming you for everything, say you're hoarding, cutting us off. Hoarding? My alms, their manna. And you, dear? Party to the feast? Silence stretched, then fracture. I hate it. The baby's real now. Scared. They don't care, just money. Hook caught, but was it ploy or plea? Meet? Neutral ground. Tomorrow? Library, your old haunt. Agreement sealed, unease lingering. Could blood redeem, or was this the serpent's tongue? The library loomed like a sentinel from yesteryear's red brick facade, arched windows exhaling stories. I'd shelved here post-college, fingers tracing spines of Austen and Hemingway, dreaming of adventures beyond rain-slicked streets. Now, at 11 sharp, I slipped through oak doors, scent of aged paper a balm. Sophia waited in the biography aisle, hoodie shadowing her face, belly's subtle curve hidden under baggy layers. Eyes red-rimmed, she rose, hug tentative, then fierce. Grandma. Whispered, broken. We claimed a corner table, alcove shielded by towering tomes on Lincoln and Curie. Tea from the cafe cart steamed between us, her hands wrung napkins to shreds. Spill child. Truth unvarnished. Gulp, then torrent. It started small, dad's layoffs, mom's shop tinking. Bills piled, fights nightly. Then, the plan. Nursing home pitch, for your safety. Safety? My cage. I nodded along, thought it merciful, you alone in that big house. Alone? By choice, post-Robert, echoes comforted. But escalated. Mom rifled drawers, dad called shrinks. I joined whispers, needing tuition cash. Tuition NYU siren call. Pregnancy test? Positive curveball. Dad's a ghost, promises dust. Tears traced her cheeks, authenticity rang. Why confess now? Your posts, glimpses of joy sans us. Guilt crashed. Plus, last night, they plotted framing me rebel teen scheme. Drugs invented, theft pinned. Drugs? My straight-A scholar? Revulsion surged. Proof? Phone slid across. Audios of parental venom. Sophia's the weak link. Sacrifice her. Texts plotting perjury. Videos of Lisa tallying pawned pearls, Robert's gifts, sapphire teardrops. Why record? Instinct. Saw the endgame. Me discarded. Pregnant pawn. Compassion cracked my armor. This girl, my shadow self at 18, idealistic and snared. Alliance? Hand extended, voice steel. Testify true, I shield you, school, choices, strengths forge. Her grip, vice of vow. Deal. Teach me your fire. We plotted whispers, her feigned loyalty, feeding false trails, my shadows deepening. Parting hug, allies, sophomore betrayals end. Outside, rain resumed cleansing? Or omen? Afternoon blurred in motion, Victor briefed on Sophia's trove, game changer, flips narrative. Then, boutique spree, tailored pantsuits in charcoal and navy, powers palette. Fitting room mirror, lines etched by time, but eyes? Ablaze. Dinner solo, seared ahi, wine's velvet warmth, eavesdropping couples' banal woes, envy their shallows. Michael's burner ping, soft home late spill mom. Bait, library nostalgia. Harmless. Fury's echo, deleted. Midnight musings, Robert's journal unearthed from storage, passages on Michael's entitled glints, my blindness loves. Sleep claimed me, dreams of tidal waves, swallowing betrayers, birthing new shores. But morning's mail? A letter, handwritten from Lisa, Emily, return. We're broken. For sophomore, trap? Or t'other's tug? Decisions dawn, dear reader, sever or snare. The postmark hides horrors untold. Fog wreathed the inn like a shroud, mirroring my mood as I fingered Lisa's letter, perfume-laced stationery, words honeyed with hysteria. We've searched our souls, mistakes made in desperation. Home awaits, forgiveness hearth. Desperation? Their forge. Burner to Victor, authentic. Poi probe, PI confirms drafting amid wine-fueled row. Discarded, ashes in the suite's grate. Instead, empowerment's errand, estate agent's lair, glass tower downtown. Broker Trent, slick as seal skin, ushered me to portfolios, mansions with infinity pools, estates whispering legacy. Relocating, Mrs. Thompson? Wise, security paramount. Paramount, yes, my fortress next. Something unassailable, gated, vigilant. Turquoise, a modernist marvel in Bellevue, walls of glass defying vulnerability. But en route, Victor's whisper, timing's poetry, your clan scouts sails today, same firm. Serendipity's sting. At the agency, mid-viewing a cedar-clad villa, hubbub erupted lobby ward. Descending escalator, voices sharpened, Michael's timbre, mother's asset, incapacity confirmed soon, power of attorney pending. Lisa, appraisal rush, she's unstable. Spotlights glare, family reunion? Their pivot shocks tableau, Michael ashen, Lisa's facade cracking, Sophia's averted gaze. Our secret sealed. Mom, what whimsy? Michael's bluster. Whimsy? Purchasing futures, not peddling pasts. Trent materialized, acquaintances. Exiles I quipped. Chaos cascaded, Michael's miscommunication, plea, Lisa's crocodile cascade, Sophia's mute appeal. Agents unease, documentation for sale? Stammers. I dialed Victor live, intruders at Thompson Realty, usurpation attempt. Dispatch notary. 15 minutes. Firms duo, badges gleaming. Exhibit authority, lawyer to Michael. Gape. Processing phantom, I interjected. Phone aloft, audio snippet, gaslight gospel. Gasps rippled, staff's disdain palpable. Fraud's fragrance, I declared. Cries crescendoed streetside, Michael's fixable, Lisa's bitter hag, Sophia's stage sob. Cab whisked me away, their silhouettes shrinking, vindication's vista. Victor's debrief, caught crimson-handed, boss payout traced, fed's feast. Elation ebbed to ache, Michael's eyes, once adoring, hollowed. Evening's balm, Sophia's text, nailed the act, they suspect nil. Allies anchor. Yet insomnia's grip, replayed pleas, probing for redemption's remnant. Robert's voice in dreams, guard your light, M. Dawn's resolve, accelerate. But a curveball loomed, media murmur, my disappearance, fodder for local rags. Exposure's edge, ally or adversary. Tune in, for one broadcast could blaze trails or burn bridges. Press clippings cascaded like confetti from hell. Heiress vanishes, family fears foul play. Heiress? Whispers of wealth leaked, Victor's doing. No, Sophia's slip in panic. Damage control, anonymous tip to a trusted anchor, framing estrangement sabbatical. But viral vines crept, TikTok's speculated silver fox scandal. Chuckle-worthy, yet caution's call. Breakfast briefing with Victor. Leverage it. Go public. Controlled burn. Tempting. My tale. Torch for the shadowed. Forenoon's foray. Napa Villa virtual tour. Rolling vines. Sunset stunners. Agent gushed provenance. I envisioned Sophia there. Belly swelling with promise. Purchase pending, I decreed. Wires winging. Lunch at a harborside bistro. Dungeness crab. Waves lapping like applause. Eavesdrop. Tourists' trivialities. Envy their ignorance. Phone hummed Harlan. Town buzzing. Your exes lawyered up. Cheap suit. Schadenfreude sip. Afternoon atelier. Portrait sitting. Oils capturing Phoenix rise. Artist Raoul. Beret tilted. Your eyes. Storms navigated. Stories swapped his lost loves. My feigned family. Betrayal's blade hones us, he opined. Canvas bloomed. I unbowed. Desk drive. Coastal cliffs. Wind whipping doubts seaward. Michael's voicemail. Saw the ink lies. Home. Reconcile. Venom veiled. Deleted. Sophia's update. Overheard Voss meet. Feds fly on wall. Night's novelty. Live stream debut. Laptop perched on sweet desk. Platform. Silver Sage Stories. Niche for elders' epics. Title. Whispers from the Nest. A grandmother's unraveling. Go live. Tentative trio viewers. Evening, kindred. Emily here, 68, unraveling a tapestry torn by trusted hands. Tale unspooled, adoption's joy, Robert's legacy, Harlan's hieroglyph. Viewers swelled, 200, 800. But shadows lurked, consults for care estates-eyed. No names veiled, hooks dangled. What secret flipped the script? Stay woven. Comments cascaded. Monsters in muumuus. You're my hero, M. Midway, Colin chime Lisa's line. No, Michael's fury. Shut it down, slander. Live slander? Truth's timbre recorded. Audio tease, gaslight snippet. Stammers, hang up. Viewers, 2K. More tomorrow, depths unplumbed. Sign off, 4, 5K strong. Adrenaline's afterglow, sleep, stranger still. But morning's maelstrom, viral vortex, interviews inbound. One scoop could seal, or spill, the saga's soul. Which door dares you knock? Viral vortex vortexed, CNN pings, podcasters pleading. Victor vetted, dose it, 60-minute snippet, then stonewall. Reluctant queen, I consented green room jitters, lights harsh as interrogations. Anchor Elena, empathetic. Emily, your stream lightning. Share. Measured monologue, betrayals broad-stroked, revenge's veil intact. They plotted erasure, I chose emergence. Airing. Ratings rocketed, supporters surge, letters lauding M's empowerment. 1. My aunt's mirror, saved by your siren. Sophia's sanctuary, she'd bunked incognito, Belly's burden shared over herbal teas. Grandma streams slay, dad's unhinged. Unhinged? Their mirror. We gardened sweet pots, basil, mint, hands in soil, souls sinking. Baby names? River, if boy flow like you. Heart melt, redemption's root. Victor's volley, trial timeline tightens, feds file tomorrow. Voss's vault, confessions copious, fake wills weave, commitments cabal. Premeditated, 4 months marinating. Afternoon amble, market melee, stalls, bursting berries and buskers. Haggling halibut, bumped an old patron, Margaret, library lore. Emily. Streams? Riveting, my son's echo. Tea ensued, her saga, sibling swindle. Your catalyst, confronted him yesterday. Catalyst? Crown heavy. Evening's edge, another stream, 10K teaming. Threads thicken, grandkids gambit, what webs we weave. Tease, audio of Michael's, not personal. Chills collective, comments, justice juggernaut. Post-stream solace, baths bubbles, Bach on Bluetooth. Robert's ring, gold band, thumb-worn, twisted thoughts, proud love. Dreams danced, family fractured, fragments floating free. Dawn's dispatch, arrest alerts, boss vanished, but trail torched. Michael's bail bond? Bounced. But a phantom call anonymous. Thompson? Leverage, your heirs hit. Threats thorn, security spiked. Ally or assassin? The line's lure leads labyrinthine follow? Threats echo lingered like smoke, Victor's veins bulging, trace it, PI on point. Paranoia perched, suite swapped for penthouse, shadows scanned. Sophia sensed, grandma? Storm clouds. Squalls pass, petal. We baked oatmeal raisin, sense summoning your. Her ultrasound pic, peanut profile, miracle amid muck. Strong heartbeat like yours. Tears tandem. Forenoon forum, elder advocacy meet, virtual via Zoom, faces furrowed, tails twin mine. Emily Beacon. Chairwoman Clara, your streams? Sparked suits statewide. Panel poured, strategies, sanctuaries. Boundaries, babes, bloods not bond. Absorbed, arsenal arming. Lunch liaison, Harlan, harborside haunt. Feds fuming, your kin's not titans. His hand on mine, brave, M. Spark? Or solace? Afternoon archive, Robert's relics unpacked, letters loving, ledgers locked. One missive, for Michael, trust earned, not owed. Irony incarnate. Victor's verdict, plea push, your ex's eyeing bargains. Refuse, full fire. Evening ether, stream surge, 15K. Allies arise, grandkids grace. Sophia cameo, veiled, truth triumphs. Michael's intrusion, lies, all. Live lash, lies live longest in lairs. Hang up hurricane, viewers vindicated. Night's nectar, novel nook, Bronte's Moors mirroring my maze. Sleep siege, visions of verdicts, vengeance veiled. Morning missive, Sophia's school, dean's distress. Rumors rife, counsel? Intervention, she's steel, support her stride. But undercurrent, PI's ping Lisa's lover? Loose lips to press. Scandal's side swings slash or shield. The lover's lament looms large. Scandal's side slice swift, tabloid splash, daughter-in-law's dalliance, motel mayhem. Greg's grief-stricken missus, tipped anonymous, PI's ploy, unleashed fury, press pics of Lisa fleeing florist, face florid. Michael's meltdown, voicemails volcanic, you're doing, which? Wounded. Victor's valor, diversion divine, divides them. Indeed, Sophia's scoop, parents Armageddon, blame barrage. We weathered, walks waterfront, waves whispering wisdom. Grandma, guilt gnaws, my part? Past's prologue, petal. Pen anew. Prenatal yoga joined, poses peaceful, bond burgeoning. Victor's vanguard, trial Tuesday, testimonies teed. Rehearsal riveting, my medal, Sophia's sincerity. Your titan, he toasted. Afternoon auction, online, my discards, Lisa's lots. Bid bonanza, proceeds to advocacy. Catharsis's coin. Evening Empyrean, stream zenith, 25K. Betrayal's bloom, lover's lash? Tease, blurred motel snap. Chaos comments, karma's kiss. Post, peace pipe, chamomile, Chopin. Dreams, daisies dancing on graves, metaphors, mercy. Courthouse columns loomed like judgment's jaws, air acrid with anxiety. Dressed in midnight merino, pearls Robert's parting gift, I ascended Sophia steadfast, hand in mine. Truth's talisman, she murmured. Gallery groaned, Gawkers, gray hairs galvanized, glare of my kin, Michael's manacles metaphorical, Lisa's lipstick lithin. Judge Harlan, no relation, irony's wink, gavel gravity. Prosecutor Pierce, pearled poise, recordings rolled, gaslight's grim gospel, Vasa's venomous vids. Jury jaws, dropped. Sophia's spotlight, heard horrors, meds mingled, mind ferment. Cross, coerced. Conscience's call. My moment. 45 years fed lies in return. Eyes on Michael, free now from fetters false. His flinch, fracture. Deliberations drag. 2 hours, tension taut. Verdict, venomous, guilty gauntlet. 12 for him, 10 for her, frauds full freight. Gavel's gasp, Lisa's wail, Michael's void. Outside onslaught, flashes justice. Liberation's light. Sophia's shoulder, sobs shared, seed sown. Epilogue's ember, 6 moons hence, Tuscany terrace, villas verdant, Sophia's sun sage suckling. Law school's lore lit her, elder aegis. Regret? Roots wrong, replant right. Letters landfill, locked. Legacy, foundation flourishing, frailties fought. Self-love summit, summit song. But the revenge? Withheld till now the streams? Not just catharsis. Monetized maelstrom, millions amassed, anonymously alms to abused ancients. Their cells? Stream subscribers. Irony's infinite loop, my narrative their nightly nemesis. No visit, no veil lift, they stew in stories sting, forever footnotes in my finale. Endings? Endure, empowered. What whispers wait in your walls? Heed them, heroes.